Hey YouTube, McFlatty here. So I have here in the car with me that NASA executive I told you about, and I'm interviewing him now. So here it goes. So how you doing, Mr. NASA executive?
I'm doing well, thank you. Just a little nervous, just sharing this information.
Okay. And hey, so can you tell me your name? No, you can't tell me your name. So yeah, so like I drove all the way up here to north of America. Can't say where, but I'm in norther of America, and you're here because you needed, can you say why you're here?
What is that?
Oh, there's a helicopter. No, oh no, just a plane. It's okay. So yeah, can you say why you moved here to this country?
Well, I moved here because after NASA knew that I was going to expose them for the frauds that they are, they wanted to detain me basically, just so they could indoctrinate me more.
You gotta be safe. That you can't be too sure. I need to, I keep a disguise too because I don't want them to know. Because if they knew what I know, then it'd be all over. So yeah, I understand. So how long were you at NASA as an executive?
Well, I started at NASA 50 years ago, but I was an executive for 33 years.
Right. Yeah, that's a long time. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you really, and you were you in charge of lots of people and things?
Well, I headed the CGI department at NASA. Sorry. Um, Anywho, it was the green screen room, just where we kept all of the fake where we filmed all of the fake Apollo footage and all the fake ISS footage. I wasn't really in charge of too many people. It was just the four astronauts, if you want to call them that. There was Neil Tinkeldink. That's his real last name. We just changed it to Armstrong just to make it more media friendly for the gullible fans, right? And then of course you had Buzz Cola, and I can't remember the name of the other two off the top of my head, but it doesn't really matter because they were just temps that we hired just to to kind of fill it out anyway, right?
Good. Yeah. So when did you know that it's flat? Because it's so obvious that it's flat. So like, did you know before you started at NASA that it was flat, or did they tell you after you started at NASA that it was flat? And obviously you were compartmentalized for a while. So when did they tell you that it was flat?
Well, when I started at NASA, I had no idea really because I went to university for 10 years and I got straight A's. I was as indoctrinated as they come, pretty much. But yeah, so when I started at NASA, they took me into a room where I saw all of the green screens, and basically when I asked them what they were for, well, they kept pretty quiet, and what they did was they took me to another room, and well, they forced me to watch a bunch of YouTube videos, basically. And keep in mind, this was back, in 1972, so the only real YouTube truthers at the time were, Eric Dubay and Mark Sargent, really, but... But, after they forced me to watch it, I was forced to work with them. There was just nothing else I could do. I couldn't do anything after that, right?
Right. And how many other people knew it was flat instead of just being compartmentalized?
I'm honestly not sure of that. I would say probably not very many, because most of them just, they were just on their computers and just did what they were told.
Good. Yeah, that, not very many. Nobody knew hardly. Yeah, but you did. Good. So did the astronauts, did they know, did Buzz Armstrong, did he know it was flat?
Oh no, they had no idea. They honestly thought they were going to go to the moon. Ugh.
Yeah, you gotta fool them too. That was easier to fool, huh? They didn't even know. That was the screens. That's good. That's good. So, what other projects did you do to hide the flat and fake that there's a curve?
Well, we invented things, like refraction, for instance. Fun fact, the word refraction actually wasn't coined until the year 1990, when we started NASA. Honestly, people will believe whatever you tell them as long as the words are big enough, right, and just sound important. But yeah.
Good. So and then what about how did all of the pictures? How did you fake all those pictures, starting back in when NASA started, when it was founded by that guy that founded it? How did they start faking the pictures back then?
Photoshop.
Yeah, Photoshop, of course. That's yeah, but it wasn't existing until later. How did you use Photoshop if it didn't exist?
Well, we didn't release Photoshop until the early 2000s, but keep in mind, NASA has had Photoshop since 1762. It's a very, very secret technology for a very long time.
Oh, you had the technology decades before everybody else, and you just like let it go slowly and let it trickle out. I get it. So, like, when did you first have LCD screens?
1927.
1936. Wow. Were they the same as now?
Oh no, they were actually thinner than the ones people have in their homes today. Believe it or not, yeah.
Thinner? Like you'd roll them up like at the front of the classroom and in the maps, the fake maps? Oh, that's awesome. So then why did you decide to come and tell people that it's flat and that you had to hide everything and cover everything up?
Well, honestly, after doing it for so long, I couldn't live with myself anymore. Like, basically, it was getting out of hand. Like, honestly, more and more people just kept on finding out, and well, it got to the point where the only way that we could really perpetuate the lie was just by making up other lies, like evolution, for some reason. Sorry, excuse me. But sorry, what was I? But yeah, just to try and keep the truthers and sheeple at bay. Like, it got to the point where I had to say no more, right? Like, so I relocated to somewhere. I can't say where, just for my own safety, obviously, but it's very secret. But yeah, I just wanted to move so I could just, basically just spread the truth and be safe about it, right? So I went back there. Chances are, if they did get me, I don't even know what could happen. But yeah, that's basically my story of NASA, and just that's the things that they did just to basically hide the shape of the Earth from everyone.
Okay. Yeah. So good. Well, thanks. Thanks for meeting me here in north of America, and yeah, be safe and don't let them get you, because we gotta be safe and hide our identities. So, okay. Bye.
I don't know. Well, thank you for having me on, but if you'll excuse me, I have to get back to a hockey. I mean a soccer game that I was at. But anyway, thank you.
All right. That was my interview with the NASA executive, and obviously he told everything, and it's obviously it's flat, and he had he had to hide it, and it's just all NASA faking everything. So it's so obvious, and people need to know. So that's it. Thank you for joining, and find me next time. McFlatty out.